Two of my favorite backpacking YouTubers are letting me take them into the wilderness for a bushcraft survival challenge. Miranda Goes Outside and Eric Hansen. They don't know what they're in for, but they're smart. And with their big personalities, I know it will be a great time. So I'm actually giving you guys coordinates to caches that I've hid in the woods. In these caches, you'll find the gear you need to do this challenge. I'll be here to help you if you need it.
Okay, what are the walkie-talkies for?
Oh my gosh! The walkie-talkies are in case you just don't feel comfortable and you want to tap out of the challenge. You know what, you can do that. Or if you just need to like radio me if you want some help or want to ask a question or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roger that. I will not be tapping out.
All right, one last thing.
Ooh.
You're gonna need these as well. Now, it's a mystery what these are for right now, but it'll all make sense really soon.
I don't get it.
Yep.
I feel like I
That's
just
okay.
got a key to like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe or something. It's like, this will be your destiny.
Going for your challenge.
It begins
It begins now. Have at it.
We gotta survive the night.
Last one is a right leg.
You stick Miranda, you're gonna lose!
Where I'm actually going though. I need to do that.
I gotta figure out where the heck this coordinate is. So,
Running off.
okay.
I believe it is time to map.
May the best bushcrafter win!
Roger. Over. Yeah. So I have it on my Garmin and I have it on my watch. Shouldn't take too long.
They are actively looking for their caches right now. There's a little bit of pacing back and forth. I hope we don't get somebody lost here. So we've got 4 challenges for them to complete before they leave, which should be super fun for them. We've got a water challenge where they need to find and boil some water. And then a fire challenge. The fire challenge is simple. They just have to start a fire using the materials that I've provided to them in their caches. Next, they'll have to complete one of the 2 shelter types that we've given them in their cache box. They should be able to use the plastic sheeting we've given them as part of their shelter design. Lastly, the mystery challenge tomorrow morning. Well, I won't tell you what that is just yet.
Eric, welcome to your overnight bushcraft challenge. This is your cache of supplies over the next 24 hours. You will have the opportunity to complete 4 bushcraft challenges: water, fire, shelter, and a mystery challenge, which you will complete tomorrow morning. Ooh. To begin, you may exchange some of the items from your bag for the survival items in this box. From your pack, please remove, tent, stove, igniter. Place those in this box and lock it. You will not be able to use those items during the challenge. You may keep whatever water you packed in with you. Prioritize sourcing and sterilizing water from around your camp by whatever means necessary, and use your carried in water as reserve. Find and sterilize water soon. The temperature is dropping quickly, so a fire and shelter are also critical. Choose a shelter from the 2 options in your cache. Have fun. Ooh, and a special treat. I'll tell you about that later.
All right, both Miranda and Eric are at their camps right now. They've got their cache boxes. They undoubtedly have some questions. They're trying to figure out what the priorities should be, whether they should get their fire going first or purify water or set up their shelter. It probably feels like a lot to do before the sun sets right now. Okay, so how's Miranda doing over there?
She's doing good. She's got her shelter lean-to like main crossbeam built. Nice and low to the ground, because I didn't think of this. She did. She was like, if it's too high, I'm not gonna find trees that are long enough to get up and then down.
Super smart.
Because the challenge with all this burnt out wood is like, some of it's like this big around, but I can just crack it with my hands.
Sure.
So like finding a beam strong enough to like cover her. So she's like 8 feet long, 7 feet long.
Yeah.
She's got a thing across. She's building out like the lean-to bit. She's using her close cell phone pad for reference to make sure it covers her.
Nice.
And then
that's
I've
smart.
been working on that for like a few hours. And then it's like fire and water time. She collected a bunch of snow, which she has in like containers out in the sun, like melting it. So
using the sun to melt. That's smart right there. Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. She, I don't know if this is cheating, but she interpreted leaving stove as just the stove. So her titanium pot is still in her possession. I don't know if that's cheating or not,
well, we gave her a pot, but it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah.
It's going good, your interpretation of it, so cool, awesome. I got my tent set up, and I think I'm gonna go check out what Miranda's got going on at her shelter right now, and then I'll stop over and see Eric.
Oh, well, look who it is. It's the pro.
Oh. You having fun yet?
You know, I am having fun. I'm a little bit annoyed with just the fact that I can't find like straight pieces of wood that are long enough. I think this one might do it. Do you want to see my lean-to so far?
Let's go check it out. Yeah, let's go see.
That's my home.
Woohoo!
Oh, yes! Wow.
Yeah, look at this.
So, yeah, it's been hard finding things that are long enough like this. See how this is all like warped?
Yeah.
It's like been my struggle.
So you checked out the two shelter types and you picked the lean-to, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was super smart that you like put this down to like
Thanks.
measure out like how far, yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm hoping that maybe it doesn't, like this is my absolute farthest back, but hopefully I can scoot this forward a tiny bit and maybe even like put a few things that like extend over that way.
Cool.
But the like finding these two.
Yeah.
And then this one, because I want it to be this wide, but have this be like the entrance, you know?
Yeah.
That's been the hardest part. Yeah. So I put some snow in that little can over there, hoping that it would like start to melt in the sun. And it has, which is great. So hopefully that means that it won't take as long to melt it and boil it for purification. Survival
or like bushcrafting and everything is like about conserving energy, you know, at its core. So like that's a really great way of conserving energy, using the sun to do the work for you. That's smart.
All right, well, I'm gonna carry on.
Yes.
I haven't cut a limb off yet. I haven't injured myself. No one's been stabbed, so.
They're catching me as I'm trying to catch my breath here.
Oh man.
This is hard work.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Wow. You're ripping through this.
Really?
Yeah, it's great.
I have no idea how to gauge if this is good progress or not.
No, dude, this is great, man. You got a good frame going on there.
Yeah, I decided to use this down tree.
Yep.
Rather than add more work.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I've kind of got a little space cleared out for where I'm going to lay. That's my intent. Just trying to figure out like how I'm going to actually like close it in, where I'm going to make my doors and stuff, and how many of these logs I really need.
Yeah. Awesome.
I got a question.
Yeah.
If you took my lighter, I don't know how to start a fire.
Yes, we did. Yeah. So you have been given everything you need to start a fire. So in your kit, you should have a knife, and on that knife is a little ferro rod that you can use the knife to scrape, and it'll throw sparks that are really, really hot. So if you get a tinder bundle going.
Oh, that's a ferro rod.
So use the back side of the knife right here, the spine. Yep. To throw.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Wow. How long would it have taken me to figure that was there?
Right. You're gonna starve to death.
I might have. Well, what I was thinking was I was maybe going to use this mullen as like a.
Oh right, like a fire drill or something. Yeah.
Yep.
No, this will
be. Oh, that was really throw.
Yes. Yeah,
I should actually be careful.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So if you get like a really big tinder bundle going, you should be able to get started like nothing. So yeah.
I was really worried. I was thinking it's like, Gordon, how do I start a fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of think about what's in that box and kind of like look at it like, what could I repurpose? What could be dual purpose? Yeah. Oh, no way.
My water.
Oh, it's like a solar oven.
It's sort of working and it's sort of not.
Oh.
But I thought that I would try to, while I'm doing other stuff, just set something up that will hopefully get me going.
Yeah. Okay, this is actually like super using your brain. In like a survival situation, your brain is the most important like tool you have, and you are seriously you're seriously like engaging that.
That's the first person who's ever said that to me.
No, but like a little solar oven, this is brilliant. So conserving calories, conserving energy, using the sun to melt the snow. This is brilliant.
I got a whole like 3 ounces of water in there.
So naturally you'll have to boil it. So you'll have to get a fire going and boil it to complete the challenge of purification of the water. Yeah. But you have like, this is a huge step. You can have a much smaller fire. It's more efficient. Yeah, this is great.
I think it was Les Stroud, Survivor Man, who said that if you think you have enough firewood to last through the night, triple it. Well, that just takes a lot of effort. These two really had their work cut out for them. literally.
Look at this. Nature's toilet paper. Might have to use that later.
What is that, Eric?
I believe this is like the rabbit ear, or the same stuff that comes off the mullein, which is a possible fire starter that I might use if I can't figure out how to get a fire going. But yeah, real soft, non-toxic, not gonna make me itch. Just small. You got to be careful. But yeah, it was right under the log that I was cutting. So here we go. Got a few pieces of toilet paper I can harvest. That's
nice.
Fun. Yeah.
Nice.
And with all this cutting and sawing and hacking and slashing, we were bound to have an injury at some point.
Uh-oh. I see blood.
Yeah. You caught me. I got a little impatient breaking some branches off one of my pieces here, and I just decided, it's just a little twig sticking off. I don't need to use the saw. I just broke it with my hand, and as of course I did that, I jammed the palm of my hand into another broken piece of wood. Got a nice little slice. It's not something I'm terribly worried about, but it just kind of kicking myself because I was like just impatient and a little frustrated.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good way to get hurt out here.
Yeah. I just got back from checking out Eric's campsite and everything he's got going on there. It's looking really good. He's making some really smart decisions survival-wise. I think I'm going to go check out Miranda's campsite again and see how far she's gotten out of shelter and see if there's any progress there. It seems like they're both making some really good decisions. They have good survival mentality going. Your brain is the best tool you could possibly have in a survival situation, and they are definitely using their brains. I heard some raucous laughter from that direction. Wow, cool. You got it all tarped off. Man, so you got some plastic on it.
I did.
That's awesome.
So, can I tell you about a mishap that I had?
Yes, please.
So I had this log on this side. You might have seen it actually. That was like kind of curved. Remember I was like saying I was struggling with that?
Yeah.
And when I got this almost completely done, like set up like this, that log rolled inward and it collapsed.
Oh.
So I pulled everything off and found this one instead, which is like much straighter and much sturdier.
Yeah.
And so I put that there and I restacked everything, and it actually looks so much better now than it did before. So it's kind of like a happy accident.
That's awesome.
Which is kind of nice.
Cool.
And then see, I put this stick here, which is my little hanger for my lantern and for my knife.
Oh, bushcrafty.
So, I know.
Yes.
I'm kind of excited about that. So I think what I'm gonna do is you can come see what I started to do. I put this here to try and hold that down. Cool. Started stacking this stuff on.
Yeah.
And then at first I was like, throw some dead grass on it.
Right.
But then that doesn't do anything. It's kind of useless. Right. So I decided not to do that. But I think I'm gonna keep kind of stacking stuff on it as I go. Just keep sort of putting sticks on, especially on this side, to just try and keep the plastic down.
Right.
But otherwise, I'm gonna start focusing on my
other things. Fire, so. Right on. Very cool.
Yeah, it's very cozy too.
This is a really good shelter for the conditions that you're in right now. So you've got a little bit of wind, right? Yeah. And so this is going to keep the wind off of you, and it's low enough to where you can get some heat built up in there, kind of like a tent. So it's well designed, well constructed. I think you could totally move on to your next thing if you want to.
Sweet.
All right, so you got the important thing that you don't know what it is yet.
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, so that's a lanyard for this custom shelter expert bead. So there you go. Yes.
Is this a token for completing the shelter?
It is. Yep.
Look how cool! It's my little shelter expert bead. So
congratulations.
Thank you. So this is because I did a good job with my shelter.
It is, yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Has Eric gotten his shelter bead yet?
No, he has not gotten his shelter bead yet.
It's a competition, but if it was, I'd be winning.
The sun is getting low.
Oh, look out, Eric. So how do I put this onto...
Okay, so you just take the carabiner off and then just shove the bead right over.
Oh, sick.
Yep.
Dude, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait, does this mean that there are other token beads for
Indeed.
other challenges.
Indeed. So you have, can you guess what they are?
Well, I know they're in the little box in the cache. It said there's build a shelter, build a fire,
Yep.
and figure out water.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Those are those three. And then there's that bonus mystery one that you don't know what it is. Yes. So
Right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Sweet.
1 down, 3 to go.
And Eric decided to pay a quick visit to see Miranda's progress on her shelter. I think he was just trying to spy.
Miranda is in so much trouble tonight. Like everything that she has done is not going to work at all.
Oh my God, terrible.
It is like oh man.
Terrible.
No. Oh, hey Miranda, I'm so sorry. Oh, no, actually, yeah, she's done a really good job. She has a totally different shelter style than what I'm doing. And it's really cool to see like what we've each chosen to do with the materials in our camp and around our camp. But yeah, I'm kind of curious how she's going to fare, how she's going to get her fire started. I've never started a fire with my method that I've been tasked with. And I'm curious, I don't even know what Miranda's method is. I'm really curious, but time for me to go back to my camp.
It's going to be fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. And a bit of a fire ring going on. This is nice.
Yeah,
There
thank
you go. Responsible fire. Look at this.
Trying.
Okay.
All right, so
Give me the grand tour.
So this is Chateau de Eric, and what I've basically done is just made a A-frame kind of double lean-to, if you will, using this as a ridgeline. I'm not sure what the technical term for it is.
Ridgepole.
Ridgepole.
Yeah.
A ridgepole shelter. And what I was originally going to try to like wrap it around and come and make a door, but there just wasn't quite enough material once I really got it opened up. So basically I just have draped it over. And at the moment, it's just kind of being laid, some stuff that's just kind of holding it in place. As I go throughout the evening, I might try to like tighten it up, tidy it up, cut out maybe any sort of wind breaks. I've noticed more wind is coming from this side.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit lower over there.
Yeah.
And then this is also my entry and access point. And I think I'm mostly just going to leave this door like a drape and just kind of crawl under.
Yeah.
That's kind of my current plan. I was originally thinking like, oh, maybe I'll slice it, connect a piece of wood, and I'll have a door that I can open. But then that just, in my opinion, just going to make a vulnerability. So I kind of want just more protection, even if I have to crawl in and out more.
Awesome.
So that's that, and I'm just about to try and get a fire going, and I was just looking around in the woods for materials, and I came across a juniper tree. All of this is ponderosa, which is fine. It's fine material, but it's, in my opinion, a little bit hard to actually get started. So I found juniper bark.
Nice.
And this is fibrous. And so I'm just gonna try to like break it up, ball it up, make a little nest, and get my spark to catch in there. That's my plan. That's what I'm hoping will work.
So before you do fire,
Yeah.
I have something for you.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yes. Do
Yeah.
you have the thing that was really important that I said to hang on to?
I definitely took excellent care of that thing you told me is vitally important. I hope. This thing, you say?
Yes, that thing.
Okay, what is this?
Awesome. Okay. Because Eric's shelter is awesome and it is definitely going to work for the conditions he's experiencing tonight. Just a light wind. It's low enough to retain some heat, keep the wind off of him. He has successfully completed the shelter challenge, and therefore, all right, sir, you get the shelter challenge bead.
Oh, whoa! What do I do with this?
You're gonna string it on that very important thing that you have.
Oh, all right, look at that.
Look at that.
So is this like kind of like a Bushcrafters, almost like a badge?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you will.
It's like a badge. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your token. You've completed that challenge.
Woo-hoo.
On to the next one.
All right. Which is?
Well, can you guess what the other ones are?
Fire.
Okay.
Water.
Yes.
Killing an animal.
We shall find out. That's the mystery one for tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
I'm excited. That was the first time I've ever started a fire like that.
With a ferro rod?
With a ferro rod, yeah.
All right, man. Here you go. Here is the fire challenge token.
The fire bead.
Yes.
Ooh, racking them up.
Racking them up.
2. So there's 4 altogether to collect?
Yep.
Oh, 2 more challenges.
2 more challenges.
Fun. Okay,
All
cool.
Right. So what's next for you?
So I still want to tidy this up. It's kind of flopping around in the wind. Want to get a little cleaner. I'm gonna actually try to boil my water and get that going in here.
Yep.
So that I have purified drinking water as soon as possible. Yep. I can definitely tell I'm like dehydrated. I need more water.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
This area actually had a forest fire not too long ago. So all these trees are charred and burnt, and it's just a really interesting looking landscape for sure. I love camping in this area right now in the Arizona wilderness. Well, as they are both out there struggling away to get their fires and their shelters and their water purified, I'm just cozy back at base camp here with my Thai-style coconut cashew curry. Just living my best life. Before I make my rounds again, I'm gonna stock up on some food here and drink some coffee and then head back out to check on everybody again. Heading out to check on Miranda, see if she's got a fire going yet. She's got the metal match, which is the trickier one to do. Ferro rod is a little easier. So I'm gonna go see what's going on.
Hola.
I'm struggling.
What you got?
Well,
Hey.
I have this thing.
Yeah, you do.
And I have this stuff, which I thought would catch pretty well, but
Sure.
it didn't really. This kind of does,
Right.
but then I just tore up your note. And I'm
Yeah.
starting to use that.
Yeah, totally.
But I can't get anything to light.
Right. This is a metal match, and it's like so frustrating to use. It is super. Just know that.
Am I even doing it right?
Well, let me see what you're doing,
Okay.
and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. This is what I'm doing.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, okay. So let me show you something that's really cool about this thing, and it's kind of a secret. Is that this whole block is made out of magnesium,
Okay.
and so magnesium burns at like 7,000 degrees or something like that.
Dang.
So if you shave off some of this onto a little piece of paper and then strike it with this, it'll catch the magnesium on fire, and then it'll burn like a raging inferno for just a moment. So you have to have enough like stuff ready to go. So like if this knife actually has like a sharp edge on the back of it too.
Okay.
So like you can
Oh shit.
basically
Oh whoa.
so those shavings are what you want to build up a pile of, and then
Oh my god.
once they catch, they go crazy. So yeah,
Whoa.
it starts to go.
So I should be using the back of the knife, not the front of the knife.
Yeah.
Otherwise I end up shaving down your thing. Sorry.
No, that's
bad.
fine. It's really cool.
I'm sorry.
It didn't come with instructions.
My
so-
Rainer was like, maybe you should use the back of the knife. And I was like, nah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, okay. So I shave off some shave. So I put those like right in there, basically.
Yes.
Is that?
And then you might want to get like a bigger, like sort of like bird's nest of drier stuff ready to go. So
Okay.
like even like dry grasses.
Okay.
You build like a big bird's nest, and then you kind of
Like in there?
put the paper. Yeah, like you have a bird's nest ready.
Uh-huh.
And then in the paper, you lay it down in there, and then you put the shavings into the paper, and then it'll light the paper, and then the paper will light the. It's like a cascade, like effect.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Now we use the back side of this knife. Oh, golly. Oh, gosh.
I'm gonna pile your little sticks on.
Just pile them on?
Yep.
Oh, come on, don't go out. Come on. Stay burning. Oh, I'm very close to you. Stay over there. Oh, I have a stick on fire. I have a stick on fire. Yes. I have a stick on fire. Okay, stay calm. This is exciting. Where are all my other little sticks? Where are you? I thought I had enough, and I do not have enough little sticks. Come on, little stick. You keep on burning, and you tell your friends to do the same. You got it. Just tell your friends.
You got sticks burning.
I got sticks burning. At least one stick burning.
Yes.
Maybe a couple. Maybe two. I got 2 sticks burning. Oh my gosh.
Hey, congratulations. You did it. You. Well, Miranda did it. She started her fire with the metal match, and man, it never ceases to amaze me. One of my favorite things is seeing people succeed at making fire. They just get so excited because it is a challenge. And it's really intoxicating seeing that. Super fun. Gotta go check on Eric now, see if he's got his water boiling yet. Hey, Mr. Eric, what have you got going on?
I'm just about to harvest my water.
Yes.
That I've been boiling.
Awesome.
And then I had to figure out a way to let it cool.
Yeah. How'd you get it out of the fire?
I let the fire die.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just
snatched it out.
Yeah.
You have hands of steel.
I don't know about that.
Or no nerves in your hands anymore.
No nerves. Yeah. No, I kind of let the fire die around it.
Yeah.
And then I pulled it, let it sit for a little bit, and then I was able to kind of grab the back edge and pull it out.
Dude, that's awesome.
So right now, I am trying to windproof my shelter a little bit more.
Cool.
The only thing I'm concerned about is that my fire is close to my shelter. And I've got a lot of debris that could light up.
Yeah.
But that's also going to block a lot of wind.
Yep.
Trying to bring it around.
Yeah, I see that. That's smart.
Yeah.
This is a smart choice, putting debris like that around the outside.
And then it's all around the back too. I did want to kind of close in my foot box a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it was open.
Yeah.
So.
Don't want open foot boxes.
No, you do not. That is rule numero uno.
Well, dude, hey, you, sir, have earned the water challenge.
Oh, glory.
Glory. There you go, sir.
Oh, big guy. Well, my fire is, there's a lot of coals here, but I got to get it going again. Then there's a kind of decent source of snow over there. I got to get more snow to turn into drinking water / water that I'm going to use for dinner tonight.
Awesome.
Feeling good.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Probably getting hungry.
I am getting hungry. Working hard. Yeah.
I just had chicken coconut curry. Is there any stuck in my beard? No.
You got a couple of coconuts.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
you're good though.
So I'm full. Not to rub it in or anything.
Yeah.
Not to rub it in or anything. But
After the basics are covered, much of bushcraft style camping is just about making yourself more comfortable, which takes a lot of steady work. Lots of trips for a lot of snow for a little bit of water. But doing these things can change a person, make them believe in themselves, and realize that nature isn't the enemy. If you ever get the opportunity to do this with a friend, I urge you to give it a try.
Miranda, do you copy? Miranda, do you copy? I want to see how Miranda is really feeling about night settling in and the reality setting in that no more warmth, really, until what we can provide with the fire, until the sun comes up. It's gonna be a long, cold night.
Did I hear a call for me?
Oh, howdy doody there, fellow bushcrafter. I'm just curious if your nerves are doing all right. We're just got about 10 minutes of light before the long, dark night sets in.
You know, my nerves are doing pretty well. I'm just tending to my fire right now.
Dang it, you don't sound scared at all.
You should have heard me maybe, 20 minutes ago when I could not get the fire started.
Ah, so you got the fire going. You got a meal prepped, ready, drinking water. Over.
No, we are not to water yet. We are still working on that and meal prep, but the fire is going. However, it's not doing great right now, so I need to go back to it.
All right, good luck to you. Enjoy the night.
Darkness is falling. We have about maybe 10 minutes of good light left before it gets cold, maybe windy, and our happy campers are working diligently on getting their drinking water purified and their food going for the night. They're really, really hungry. It's been a big calorie burn for them, I'm sure. So yeah, they are all dirty and sooty and tired and achy, but I'm sure happy. They're knocking out these challenges left and right, so pretty exciting. All right, I'm gonna go check on Miranda. I think she might have her water boiling by now.
Water!
You got water boiling?
Hell
Yeah. Nice.
yeah, dude. You want to see it?
Yes, I do.
Watch. Check it out. Ready for this? Dun, dun, dun. That's boiling water! Look at it.
Yeah.
It's like actually boiling.
On a fire.
I know. Pretty cool, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty psyched about that.
Yeah.
There was like a period of time where I was like, this is never gonna boil. You know what I mean? It was like,
Right.
it's not even cold. Like, it's not even
Right.
warm. It's
Right.
still like fully frozen.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I picked it up at some point and was like, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
It's steaming.
Right.
And
it
then-
does take a long time to get it from ice to from snow to
Yeah.
water, liquid water.
It took a long time, but
Yeah.
then it boiled.
Yes, you get the bead. You get the water bead.
Whoa, this one's pretty. Ooh, it's like shiny blue. Can you see it in the light? So cool. Yay!
Yay. Congratulations.
Amazing.
Yeah, you
Thank you.
doing some great work out here for sure. This is
I'm
having fun?
I am definitely having fun.
Good.
It's kind of funny. It's like the fire thing like made me really worried, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
wow, this is suddenly super hard
Yeah.
and I'm struggling a lot. And then once you came over and you showed me how to do it, it kind of felt like once I knew what to do and then
Yeah.
found it to be easy to do it, that
Yeah.
gave me a huge boost of
That's
confidence.
awesome.
And then everything else just kind of felt like, okay, well, like I'll just figure this out and I'll just like keep, piling stuff on. I'll just put my water in there. I'll just
Right.
stick it in the fire. It's just like everything. I felt a little bit more like I could make mistakes
Yeah.
and then just like figure it out,
Right.
which was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
So-
good.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
Awesome.
It was so funny. Rainer was like talking to me while you were gone.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, because we like never have fires when we're backpacking in Washington.
Right.
Because we just live in an area where there's like almost constantly a burn ban
Yeah.
in place. And most areas, like most alpine places where you backpack, you just cannot have a fire ever.
Yeah. That's
And
crazy.
so it's so different for me. Like it's so different. And Rainer, so I tend to be like, I just never ever have a fire.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I kind of like don't appreciate them as much.
Yeah.
And so once I got this going, Rainer was like, yeah, I'm normally with you on campfires, but like, this is rad. We're both like, yeah, this is cool.
How has this shaped your opinion of like water as a basic human resource and how difficult it might be in a survival situation?
I didn't really think that much about water. Like in my mind, I was like, the fire is going to be hard and I'm going to hopefully do it. But if I can't figure it out, then I'll just cold soak my food and it'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I was like, wait a second. If I was in an actual survival situation, I wouldn't even have water to cold soak my food. Like I'd still have to warm water up, And that is a big deal. And so that kind of, I think, changed my perspective on it a little bit. Made me realize that it's not as easy as being like, well, forget it, I'll just eat cold food and it'll just be gross. It's like, well, but what if you don't have a choice? Like, what if you have to boil water to purify your water? So, yeah, it definitely made me hyper aware. I'm also really, really cognizant of water sources when I'm backpacking because I have really bad migraines. And I also have something called POTS, which is basically a condition that causes me to get super, super dizzy if I like stand up, and it like messes with my, oh no, my stick's on fire. What do I do?
Just poke it out.
Okay.
There you go.
What was I saying? Basically, because of that, I have to be really cognizant of water sources. And so if I'm backpacking in an area where I don't have access to running water like at my camp and kind of everywhere else, I tend to get pretty anxious about it, worried. And so I'll overpack water. Like the biggest learning for me tonight has been, or not even tonight, like today, has been like, oh yeah, Miranda, like if you like have to do this, you can actually figure it out. Like you can do it, you know? Yeah. And I think I tend to kind of be like, oh, I know nothing. I'm clueless. Like I have no idea what I'm doing. And it's like, maybe that's true, but years of backpacking have kind of taught me certain skill sets that can be translated. So
it's within you to do it, and you did it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm lighting a stick on fire. Let me just put that away.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, the seal has been broken. We were supposed to pretend that we weren't hanging out for a little bit.
We're hanging out, though.
We're all huddled around the personal size fire.
Yep.
Yes. AKA the efficient fire.
Yes, it is. How was today? What was like one of the biggest things you like encountered today that you thought was kind of cool, kind of fun?
So for me, the unique thing was actually building a shelter from like what I could find in the forest. I have never truly really done that. And I have a lot of like similar related experience, but I've always had like a tarp or like something that I can just make essentially my protection from the elements. So that was pretty unique for me. And then I've also never made a fire without some sort of fire starting device that wasn't like kind of like a bushcrafting tool like that. So that was also really, really fun and satisfying to actually like build a nest and get that fire to ignite and to see it actually like turn into flames. That was a really rewarding, satisfying moment.
And like I asked Miranda this earlier, but like when you build a fire and you purify water with that fire, like what does that make you think of? Like how does it change your relationship with the resource of water, like basically?
Yeah. Well, so for me, I live in a desert, and it's just been imbued upon me that water is such a precious resource, and it is not easy to find. And so I think it wasn't necessarily like a new discovery, but it really reinforces for me, like if there wasn't just this little bit of snow, there would literally be no water out here to get and to use. And it would be an entirely different experience. I don't even know what I would have done for water. But then I would also say that actually like harvesting snow, melting it, purifying it by boiling it in a fire that I made in a little tin can and adding it to my food and drinking it and using that to keep me warm and all those things. It's like, I would say that these types of experiences are very transformative, and I really love spending time to reinforce these beliefs that I have, that I'm capable, that the wilderness is not a scary place inherently. Yes, there are things about it that we need to be really cautious of and careful with, but at the same time, like it's still a place that we as humans have always lived more like this actually than our more comfortable lifestyles that we're used to. So for me, it's really cool to go back to those roots and to reinforce that belief that yes, I can be capable, I can be self-sufficient. The wilderness is not a terrifying death trap that is just ready to kill you at any moment, and to feel competent.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll survive the night? Do you think Miranda will survive the night?
I give Miranda a 60% chance.
Only 60?
I'm right here.
What? Oh, I thought you were in your own camp.
No,
you wandered in. You were like,
this is my fire. This
Miranda
is my camp.
Just came like with like this sheepish little, Eric, can I sit by your fire? And I was like, okay, Miranda.
Lies. Lies.
Gaslighting is incredible.
No, a 60% chance that you will thrive.
Ooh.
What, and a 100% chance?
And a 100% chance you'll survive. Yeah, you will survive.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I think you will even enjoy your time.
I mean, I'm having a great time right now, so.
Yeah.
I think that you have I'm curious what your shelter looks like now. If it looks different than when I saw it.
It does look a little different.
But I think that you are also gonna have a great. Who am I kidding? I can't pretend. It's just awesome. We're having so much fun. We're both gonna have a great time.
Yeah. So this actually reminds me of if you've ever traveled in the Middle East. So I've gone to Jordan before, And they have all these like Bedouin fires that are just like these really tiny fires that are basically about this or even a little bit smaller. And there's very little fuel in the desert. So it's just like enough to get water for tea. And I just love that like Bedouin culture of these tiny, tiny little fires. And then what I also love is that you'll always see these little spots of ash all over the desert. And you're just like, oh, there was a cup of tea had here.
Oh,
like,
that's so cool.
And I just like love that like evidence of the Bedouin culture. This reminds me of a Bedouin fire.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The only human need that cannot be postponed is water. And fire, with its ability to fill us with warmth and joy, even as it consumes and destroys. A reminder of its power as we sit together in this burned out forest.
Boy, that was a cold night last night. It was probably 20 degrees, maybe even less. And I'm hoping that the teams did okay in their shelters. Hopefully they put enough debris around the outside to keep the wind out. Otherwise, it'd probably be pretty uncomfortable in there. This morning, they're probably making their campfire bread, getting that going. That'll be a fun experience for them right before we pull the rug out from under their feet and have them do the rescue challenge. So I'm excited about what this morning brings. I'm gonna give them a little bit of time to get their campfire bread going, and then I'm gonna go give them a visit. Nice and cozy last night?
Well, yeah. I was a little cold.
Yeah.
It got down to 15.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
At least over here.
Nice.
I used the knife. The knife. It took me a while. You'll see, and I got like frustrated. I started to go spin like,
Yeah.
get as many sparks in there as I can. And I got it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Pretty eager for that bread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you mix it up?
I mixed it up last night. I slept with it.
Oh, good. Cool.
So hopefully it's nice and doughy.
Nice.
Just kind of getting coals good and water going again.
So how'd your shelter perform last night?
It actually did pretty good. I added, after doing some work to get it a little bit better, cleaner, tidier, I also added all this debris to the edges. Nice. And it really sealed in that airflow. So even though I could tell like a little bit this would flap in some breezes, I never felt that cold air just like blowed my heat away.
Oh, that's good.
It actually felt really protected in there, which was honestly like that was one of the cooler parts of the experience for me, was to be like, whoa, this shelter is actually providing warmth, providing like shelter.
Yeah.
What it's supposed to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was cool.
That's good. It was well made.
Yes.
Both Eric and Miranda had a tough time getting their fires lit, but perseverance paid off, and they both had fire and fresh bread.
So how was your shelter experience last night? How'd it hold up for you?
Oh my gosh, I loved my shelter last night.
Good.
It was really cozy.
Cool.
I could like hear the wind blowing the plastic a little bit, but it didn't really bother me. It's kind of nice in some ways. And yeah, it was really, really cozy. I liked having my little hooks because I could like adjust them. I could be like, oh, I'll put my headlamp here, and like I'll put my light here. I like hung something else. Oh, I hung my like base layers over. I put my gloves up on top. Like it was actually really nice. It felt very much like having a room more than like a tent. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed it.
Should I make it like a ball?
You could make it like a ball or like a biscuit sort of a thing, but yeah, you could like flatten it just slightly.
Oh, baby. That's like one of the best looking biscuits I've ever made. So last night I was kind of thinking about like why I love experiences like this, and I feel like right now there's a general sentiment that like wilderness and nature, it's kind of this other thing. It's scary, it's really dangerous, and to some extent there is a truth to that. Wilderness and these landscapes, they are dangerous and you got to be careful, but I also love that these types of things like reinstill that we can be out here. Like I can be out here. I've learned the skills to
be comfortable and be safe and to know what to do. And I love that. I love that for me. Like, it reconnects me with these places.
Cool. So you ready for your last challenge?
Yeah, I'm psyched.
Cool. So you spent a night of bushcraft outdoors.
Yeah.
And you completed 3 challenges that are bushcraft related. And this is where we kind of like pull the rug out from under you and say, here's a different experience. Now this has become a survival experience. So your final challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to get rescued. And so how you're going to get rescued is to make some sort of a signal that we can see from the air. Whether that's a ground signal, whatever your imagination conjures up, that is how you will get rescued.
I'm telling Rainer, I was like, I think I have a guess of what the final challenge is based on like a few things in the cache.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
Sweet.
So we'll give you some time and then.
Okay. Can it be from here?
Yeah.
I can just do it from right here.
Yeah, totally. You can do it from whatever you
Okay.
got in mind.
Okay. All right.
Right on.
I'm ready. So I have some time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
As they say, great minds think alike. Both Eric and Miranda used their space blankets as signals, and both attempted a signal fire. They were both spotted by our drone and given a final challenge bead.
Okay, you got a signal fire going, and you had a flag, a shiny flag.
A shiny flag. I shined my shiny flag.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah,
You
all
can see
right.
it from the air. So that's,
Sweet.
Yeah, there you go, man. Here's your. You've graduated from Bushcraft Boot Camp.
It feels so good. This is fun. Yeah, this was a really cool experience.
Ta-da! Wow, look at that collection! That is so cool. I am really glad that we did this survival thing as the last challenge, because I think if it had been the first challenge, I would have been like, yeah, I kind of been like, I don't really know. I probably would have figured something out, but I wouldn't have appreciated the variety of options and like the ingenuity that can go into this. I think those 3 challenges being first made this one feel a lot more attainable. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, how can I creatively and efficiently be like found? Well, I think this is where we part ways.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna break down my bushcraft camp, but thank you so much for coming out and doing this. Thank you for teaching me. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, cool.
All right, we'll see you later.
Thanks, Gordon.
See ya.
See you later. Like, once I rebuilt my shelter and I got it kind of better set up than the first time, I was pretty proud of that.
Resilience.
Resilience! Well, yes.
We both got rescued.
And we both got rescued!
Yay!
Team
We
rescue!
lived.
So there we have it. Our 2 teams survived the epic Bushcraft Survival Challenge, and they did an awesome job. I hope you found that useful, or at least entertaining. We'll see you later.